Summer Gold Cup 2024. We are here off of Newport Harbor Yacht Club. Tide coming in. It's almost 11 o'clock right now, or it is 11 o'clock. Tide is supposed to be slack right now, and then it will start going from our right to left here, standard Newport. It's a very unusual tide today, so the only real way a person would know what to do is to either carry a little current stick or sit next to buoys, sit next to the pin end a lot, and you'll start to figure out. But Newport is a real venue. If you're going to sail in high school or college and go to the East Coast, you're going to have real current. You can see the currents kind of switching right now. It's currents kind of going sideways just a little. So there we go. First race coming up pretty soon. Lido Island here. And you're going to be up here in Newport or other venues, you look for current lines. Little streaks in the water across the course that are caused by differences in current. So that'll often, over time, you can figure it out. Now you're going to see this big white house over here. And there's a thing called the Lido lift conditions. Lido lift conditions happen in this wind direction and anything further to the right to this. And you get out of the current over there on the right. So it shifts the apparent wind less. So when you're over there, you're going to look like you're pointing higher than everybody. It's called the Lido lift. It's really more when the current's coming against you in a westerly or a northwesterly, you get less current over here. So you look like you're pointing higher. You're just in less current. And you can see the water. I don't know if you can see it, but the water is actually swirling off the end of Lido Island, right where I am. A lot of this light spots or glassy spots are caused by the water because the water's already just starting to come out around that bend. Now the key is if you go to the right, there's a house over there with the American flag on it, sideways. You know, up over there just a little bit. And if you get to the right of that, you get over there, you're gonna lose the wind. So that's where it's a real game of when do you get to Lido. And today, I bet you we're going to see a lot of that. Here we go. Kids out practicing. All self-set up. They set all this stuff up themselves. And they include another kid from another yacht club. Cool. Okay, so you sit by the pin a lot in places with current. So let's say you're in high school and you go to Charleston, South Carolina for the Nationals. One of the first things you do is you sit by the pin. I have the current stick, and we're starting, it's actually already going out a tiny bit at the pin. That's been 30 seconds. And so if you're there at 30 seconds, you're gonna hit the pin. See how quickly that's more than a boat length, and it's barely been 30. And here's the start line, and a line sight's going to be somewhere on this blue boat, a window on this blue boat. It's 11:40-ish, and every venue you go to in your life will have its trends. I've been coming here since I was a teenager. So the trend is westerly wind, outgoing current. The Lido lift's going to be into play. The interesting thing is I'm sure that big crane is something I've never seen in 25 years of coaching. So it's going to be interesting. But again, the Lido lift is not a real lift. It's when you get out of the current, you look like you're pointing higher because everybody else is going sideways. And at the starts, you got to have a line sight on one of these anchored boats over here. The big thing is where is the light spot coming off of Lido? And we use that flag right up in there by the crane. We use those flags as our indicator. If they're blowing towards us, it's going to be Lido lift conditions in this current. And if those flags are blowing from over there, you play the left and don't go into the anchored boats too much. But okay, the next thing you do is you look for your line sight. You have to, I'm just over the line right now. It's going to be in that boat. 13 minutes to the start, and you would be coming around here. You should be reaching up and down the line right now. And you would be coming around here. My bow is on the line. Right, well, bow of my whaler is on the line right now. Line it up with something on shore. Okay, he has moved since the last time. He's moved back since the last time we took our line sight. Our line sight used to be the palm trees, the 2 palm trees right up above. That was the line. See the palm trees over? That was the line before, but that puts me over now. So he let his anchor out a little. I'm gonna drift down. I'm still over. I'm still over. I'm still over. I'm still over. Okay, I'm just on the line there. And if I'm gonna show you what's not good is you see how I'm coming up on the big bushy tree up there? You see the big bushy tree? Now I'm coming up. If you start here, you're gonna be second row. Okay, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I might have been over, but anyway, good. 11:55 and I don't see any of our kids upwind of here. Excellent job. If there's a 12 o'clock start, you have to be at the line 5 minutes early. I'm hoping everybody checked in with the race committee and said hi to them and thank you. Now you see Clara. What Clara is doing is she's reaching down the line on port, and you see how tight she's having to trim. And then we see kids going the other direction, more on a broad beam reach, below a beam reach, that direction. So that's what you do. You reach windward of the line on port tack. So see her, she was windward of the line on port, and then go starboard on the line, and that's going to tell you which end's further upwind, whichever end you're having to sheet tighter to head for. I sense that this is going to be a long video. I'm looking at the flags up there. Before every race, you're looking up there. Here's the starting line. So he has moved his race committee back further. We're going to look at that right now. That's why we do line sights, guys. Now we know what the race committee is dumping right here, and then you would come up here and you'd go above the committee boat end. You know, if we're in a keel boat, we'd go on the other end, but dropping down in there might mess you up. So you come over here. I mean, this is literally, the start's gonna happen very soon. They're getting ready to do it. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I don't even have to check the line sight. Do you see them moving it up? So we know they've moved the pin up. Wow, they made the line longer too. This is a 21 boat A fleet, 21 boat B fleet, and 24 boat C1 fleet that will be 3 starts for each race. A fleet race 1, Summer Gold Cup, July 2024. These boats are very difficult to make go fast. These Sabot teach you how to get flow over your boards. We only have a couple boats in this fleet. 10286. Not bad with a sideways current to go ahead and try to make the boat. Wow, that girl's on port tack. Never mind. Who else do we have? Good, you keep sailing. High flag in place. One of these kids sticking out like this is really not super smart. Yeah, don't want to stick out. The race committee sees you. But these guys are all behind the line. Oh, the wind's gone left. Oh, there's Theo, 103.92. He's our other A fleeter. 9479 is going to be winning. You got to do the reaching up and down the line, right up till the end, you guys. 9060. Yeah, the guy's going to hit the pin at the end. Do you see how you can't start it? Look, guys, you can't start at the pin, right? You're going to hit it if you start right at the pin. I don't know if you saw him, but he's stuck on it right now. You can never do that in the first race of a regatta. It's like, oh, your practice, and you pushed it too, you weren't smart. Oh, wow, the wind went back right. Isn't sailing easy? So the wind just oscillated. Complete, that's a higher, oh my God, direction. It was kind of a play the right middle. Looking, there's less than a minute to go. You can see the wind is pretty far right. So where do you go over here to not get light air? Okay. C1s are about to start. I missed the B fleet start. I thought I was filming the whole thing. And I have to apologize to Clara Hannah because her start was one special pinching up to the line, kind of sailing up extra high, but just a masterful start, and I missed it. I thought I was talking the whole time and I didn't push the button. C1, so we've got Hudson here, 8946, doing his first C1 regatta. And Oh, he's got the I flag up for the C1. I don't think they should have done that. You don't punish the C1s because the A's had one general recall. That's very nice. A little off the line. Here's Clara Stewart right here. I told her to start up the line. And here we go. We're going to check the line sight. There's Scotty McKay. Did a great start there. He's trimmed harder than her, you see. Well, this is good news. In the A fleet, we got Celeste first. We only have 2 A fleeters, and we got Celeste first, Theo second. That will change. What you do if you have this situation where you and your teammate all of a sudden are just winning everything, you have to just even be smarter in race 2 or 3. Just because you have a good first race doesn't mean the regatta is going to be great, but you started out really strong. Look at 103.04 going starboard perpendicular to the course, and look at the yellow boat going parallel to the course between the 2 buoys. Okay, so if port tack is parallel to the line, you round the left gate. If starboard tack is parallel to the line, which it's not now, you round the right gate. So the gates are way not square to the wind. See how they're going parallel to the gates? That means that one over there is further upwind. If this were a start line, you'd be starting over at that one, the far one over there. Race 1 B fleet, Isabella first. Ronan in the top 5. Lorelei. Woo! Woo! She was pretty nervous before this race. So that's B fleet. Everybody doing pretty well. Oliver in the top 7. And then here we go, Clara Hanna. D fleet going back upwind, Isabella. So if you're in the back of the fleet, you're looking at where her boom is. That's one of the things you do at regattas is you look up at the leaders, look where their boom is. And obviously with rake differences, but we try to set everybody with a very similar rake. On a Naples Sabot, you control the power of your boat with the lee board. The rake should be very stable. The boom should be barely above parallel to the deck. And then you adjust your lee board for there. If you feel like there's a problem, you move it forward 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch, or back 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch. It's not like other boats where the center board is, you can move the center board forward and aft and things. Like, well, some boats you can obviously, but not like a laser. So anyway, you get the rake about right, but you do look at the leaders and see where their boom height is. How hard are they sheeting? So you don't have a current stick, but you should be sitting near buoys and trying to figure this out. I'll come back in 1 minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how much it moved in 1 minute. So in the starting sequence, you're gonna have to make that up by continually moving forward slowly in the last minute before the start. C1's first race. Here's Sophia Coronado. She sails 29ers with Isabella. So that's Isabella's partner in 29ers. Isabella and Sophia are both 13-year-olds, still in Sabots. We convince kids, obviously, that one of the best boats to get good in sailing is a Naples Sabot, man. You learn how to get flow over your lee board and rudder and keep the boat moving. Here's Elle, just killing it, 3rd. Just nice. I mean, just looks almost, she's in the crouch position. So the crouch position where you're up actually on your toes of your feet and your butt is pushed against the rail, but you're not on the rail. So there's on the rail, there's butt on the floor, and then there's crouch. See how she did that? In a puff, she just slips up into the rail position. Now she should crouch again. Crouching is really hard on the legs. And then let's see. Oh, you have to cut into the current. You got to anticipate the current on these turns. Here's Clara coming down. Nice. 8959. Just absolutely super clean sailor. Never hits marks, never fouls. Watch her. She's just going to whip around. But you can cut into the current pretty hard here. You're gonna slip sideways a lot by whipping current. Yeah, look at that. Great rounding. This boat's too low. 9970 is too low. Oh, she just figured it out. 8948 sticking out. See, you cannot stick out, dude, when there's an eye flag. And sticking out, he's not my kid, so I'm not picking on any of my kids, but he's going, if he goes over, he's so far away from an end, man. You got to remember that. If you get called over, you got to sail all the way to an end. This guy won't make this. He will not make this. He will not make this. Okay, nice start, A-Fleet. Yep, and as you get over near these boats, you're gonna see obviously light air behind them, but you almost see a little wake coming off of them and water bouncing off up here. Theo 10392 is kind of stuck in the middle here, getting pinballed a little. I think he got 6th the first race, and 10286 is Celeste. I think she was in the top 3. Theo 10392 just flying through the fleet right here. It's a light green boat. Just flying through the fleet. And Celeste is right on the edge of the light air zone, so she did a good job of that, not going any further right, because to their right looks lighter. Good. Theo's got a lane, and he's going back over there. So no, even if right's not favored right now, you can't be the leftmost boats. Everybody who went leftmost last race just got their booties handed to them. I'm off the line here a little. 9342, 8577. Ooh, great job by Lorelei. Let that guy cross. Oh, she just opened up her start. Now she should pinch, go. Stick it. Oh, 8577, beauty. 9342, beauty. With a little pinch there for a second. Wow, 105, wow. That was a good start for 10051. There's Isabella, 10094. Okay, this is fun stuff. B Fleet just race 2 C1s. 10145 in the B Fleet. Ronan. Looks like he's got a little bit of a lead. Here's Lorelei. That was tough. The wind died over here, and when they went on port tack, the wind went right. So, you know, if you were just a killer sailor, you could have just done a tack, gone a little ways, and done another tack, a couple of tacks, and been really good. But, you know, it's easy to say. So 10145 is probably looking over his shoulder, and then he's going to go back to the right here. He's just trying to get up Lido a little ways first. He just doesn't want to go to Lido and get a dead wind. It's complicated with that crane, man. Looks like Oliver 8600 is out of the current a little and gaining. Here goes Ronan. See how he's in the current. He crossed that current line behind that power boat. And then they moved the gates up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they squared the gates up. That would have been something a good sailor would have noticed. The curveball here is this massive power boat up here now, right in their race. So that's just killing the wind, causing swirling water all through the middle. When the water swirls like that, it messes up your leadboard and rudder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who do we have in the C1s again? Well, we got Parker, 10275. 8946, Hudson up at the boat end doing his first C1 regatta. Just moved up from C2. Clara Stewart, 8959. Kind of a rough start. She should roll out of there. And then L, 9559. Nice start. Clara Stewart, 8959, should roll out of there and get going right. If you do not get a good start, you have to be good, what's called a good exiter. You got to have an exit plan or an exit skill to get out of there and get on the port tack close hauled or whatever it is to get going up the course towards the mark. You're racing against the mark more than everybody else. Gotta remember that. You're racing against the mark, and that mark is moving away from you at all times right now, basically, with the current. It's like the buoy's being dragged away from you. L, excellent work. Clara Stewart, excellent work getting out of the bad air, and then go ahead and come back. And starboard looks pretty good. So she's actually going to be doing quite well because some of these kids got in some bad air over there. Race 2A fleet, Celeste doing well again. Meeting some locals is not easy here. These kids race here a couple times a week. The Newport programs all get together and race each other, so they've already been doing it. That's the national champ right there. He is a very good sailor right now. Yeah, she looks outstanding. She's going through some bad air, and she's just slowly zigzagging, tiny zig, staying on the wind. Looks back, makes sure she's not footing too much. I think she chews on this part of her life jacket right here, just like I do when I'm sailing. Here comes Theo in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the inside for 8th, 103.92 over there. Oh boy, this is gonna be tight. Theo should have gone around the other one. Oh, he is, perfect. A lot of people don't realize that the other one got moved up. It's still favored to come to this one a little, but Theo's gonna come out of there with he's gaining on everybody right here. So 103.92 is gaining on everybody. He's going faster, he tacks, and he consolidates. He's coming back to get back with them, and hopefully he's past 2 or 3. Yeah, look at that. He rounded at the same time as this boat. And at the same time as this boat. So he just got clear air better. So it doesn't look like a huge gain, but he didn't sail in bad air. So now these boats are in bad air and he's not as bad. The thing we've learned is do not get anywhere near the fortress because this crane seems to be having a big effect on the wind. So it's a tough little game over here. And the other tough part is that you're going through the other fleets. Here comes B fleet downwind. Here's Ronan winning the B fleet, Isabella second, both doing quite well. Ronan's on the loose side that's the way we sail. We sail on the loose side on the Vang, and then as we get a puff, we pull the main in and scoot back a little. In a puff, we lean back just a fraction and pull the main in. And then in a light spot, we slowly move forward again against the thwart and ease the main out to 90. Right at 90 is the fastest setting in anything over 4 knots. In under 4 knots, 91, 92 degrees on the boom is the fastest setting. The boom out past 90 a fraction, just barely. That was a nice rounding. He sails with quite a tight traveler because it doesn't seem to affect him too bad because he doesn't oversheet. You can see his upper leech telltale's flying pretty much all the time. And he has the traveler up to keep his boom in. His windward telltale's moving a little too much. So we would like to see him be able to trim another ½ inch tighter maybe. He could just, yeah, his outhall's already tight. Yeah. Cool. Oh, Oliver in 8,900 over here in about 4th. He's relatively new to the B fleet. I'll tell you, this left one is, I don't know, they're pretty even now. The gates are pretty even. If that was a starting line, I don't know where I'd start. Okay, good job, Oliver. Here's Clara coming in. Right on everybody's tail. Look at Ronan, I mean, just looks outstanding. He's sheeting a little tighter now just because it's a little windier. He's almost on the rail. Look at him, he's just check-luffing like Celeste. He's just right on the wind all the time now. Flat water, you just can't foot too much. You just got to be windward telltale moving a fraction. Yeah, look at Ronan, just on the wind, on the wind, on the wind, being safe. Isabella, here's Oliver, just leaves out this guy. That was probably a decent move. Oliver's footing too much. Yeah. You have to pay attention to the boat to windward and make sure you don't foot off too much. But I'm happy. He has to now look at 10094 and see is there some way he's going to find a way to get a decent left shift and be able to get back underneath. Here's where the Lido lift condition is. You see this edge. Yeah, so he just footed too much. You see how much these boats are just got gained on him? He tacked and he footed in away from the Lido lift. C1s, that's the first in C1s race 2. And L right there, bang loose, boom, right at 90, heeling to windward. It looks like she's racing to the left one here. Yeah, you see how that's pretty cool, man. She looked over her shoulder, making sure no one's gonna get overlapped on her. And the good news is, what you'll learn from this is they're gonna clutter up behind her and slow each other down. So she's gonna gain on 4 of these boats immediately. Little things where you don't understand where you've gained. Here's Clara Stewart doing okay over here. Yeah, watch, Elle's gonna come around. And while these guys are duking it out a little, having to slow down and not hit each other and everything, she's gonna springboard out of here a little. Yeah, check left, very nice. Really tight on the main, just staying on the wind. You don't want anybody lifting off of you, so she's just staying right on the wind. And I think she's ahead of 9264 already. She's very close. And then Clara Stewart going around the left gate, 8959, is doing all right. That was a good idea by Elle. She took the lead. Look at her, she already took the lead. So that was a massive gain. So what happened there was the first place boat rounded, started to go up current and slowed down, right? And Elle kept ripping in with the current, and then she did a better rounding. Look at that, she just tacked to cover the former leader. So she didn't block their wind. She doesn't know it, but that's called herding. She's now going just the same direction without blocking their wind. So that way she's herding that boat. She's going the same direction as everybody. Outstanding. You see that right there? This is how you know the current's now going stronger. That boat has actually got a wake off the back of it. So again, all these little cues when you travel around the world to where there's real live current. And there you go. Now, one thing about what's happening now is as you get up past Lido, the bay gets narrower, so the current even gets more frustrating. So you got to be on your game, BMG, on your game big time when it comes to maintaining positions. You cannot be a pincher as you get up in the narrow part of the bay here because the current is getting stronger. You don't want to foot more, but you do not want to be a pincher. So I was saying Elle probably shouldn't have taken that step up, and I think she doubled her lead. She passed a beef leader. Just getting her mainsail in the right place and has just helped her so much. The coaches this summer have just done such a good job of her figuring out where to get her mainsail. Anyway, great job. I gotta go, I'm cutting off here. Flags are still blowing kind of the same direction. Those are the flags, Lido flags. We're not coming up here very much. I skipped race 3. A and B fleet have started race 4. And C1's here. There's Parker, 10275 with the Snipe logo on his sail. Snipe Sailor. Both parents. The best thing about our program is we got several families that will have at least 2, sometimes 3 generations of sailors that will be entered in the Dutch Shoe Marathon in July. Here's Parker. The current's going sideways, so he's just sitting on a reach and nobody can get to him. 20 seconds. There's Parker, 10275. Current is really strong right now. Here's Elle. I think Elle's just having a great day. Great time to barge with this current. Here she goes. She should have stuck it into the line a little harder, maybe. I don't have any idea what that kid was thinking. Uh-oh, 10140, you're gonna bow. There we go. Good job. When it's barge conditions, go for it. This is C1 fleet. There you go, Clara Stewart, 8959. The right is favored and the current is going downwind, so start at the boat. Yeah, super fun. Coming up on the last race of the day. You can see me going sideways very quickly. The current is 0.6. It's making every windward leg almost 2 minutes longer and every downwind leg a lot shorter, okay? If you look at the pin end, the starting line is almost not changed at all. They've moved the boat up a little bit. Because remember, I don't know if you remember, if you watched early in the video, the starting line was just off these palm trees at one point. You see the palm trees over the pin? So you need to have line sight so you know if the race can be. This is almost exactly the same. There you go, so now you know. Cool. And then it's a race to the barge, man. You're trying to get under the barge but not lose all the wind. And when you do lose the wind, you've got to be good at just sailing the boat fast. When you lose the wind, you got to use the Cunningham a little, you got to slide your butt in a little, and there we go. C1's race 5. I think the pin end's a little favored looking at that boat. I don't know if she can tack across. Who did we have in this fleet? Parker, 1027. Oh, here's Clara. Clara and Elle just start up at the boat every time. In an adverse current, with current going downwind, it's good to the boat opens up, right? C2, C3's already went in. I just set that thing 10 seconds ago. It's gone. So it's going 1 boat length. Right there's 1 boat length every 15 seconds. So it's gonna go 14. It's gonna go 4 boat lengths. You're not picking it up, are you? No.
Change, you know that.
2 boat lengths in 30 seconds, exactly. Okay, so that's what that means is that upwind legs. How long is an upwind leg? I'm gonna say 6 minutes. You're gonna have an extra minute for every upwind leg and a minute less for every downwind leg. Look at these kids, they're gonna pinch and have a hard time making it. They're gonna have to tack again. Yeah, look at that. Look how far it's gone in 1 minute. That's less than 2 minutes that I set that. Well, less than 2 minutes. These are C1s going around. Here come the A fleet. So this is the national champ. It's a medium air tack, so he may roll earlier than I want kids to learn. Oh, they're going to the finish. So these guys are, there's first and second, early roll. Let's watch these tacks. Here's Celeste, 1028. She had a really good day. She's in the top 3 in the regatta. And she's only been an A fleet for 4 months, so she hasn't been an A fleet a long time. She's got the national champ right next to her. His boat handling is outstanding. I've seen, in 30 years, I've seen a lot of outstanding boat handling. Well, more than that, 40 years since I've been sailing Sabots. And he's got great, he rolls pretty early. She rolls pretty early, yeah. Light air tacks, we roll later than that. Some of the younger teams are coming out of their tacks and sticking the bow up too fast. You notice how their sails like filled and then did not luff. So there's A fleeters. Here's C1 fleeters here. Elle having another good race, 9559. She tapped and she had a couple boats on her lee bow and she's still holding it right on the wind. The main's a fraction tight, but that's what it should be. Fraction tight, trying to hold the bow up in clear air. Now she's just got to wait. She doesn't want to break away from the first and second yet. Well, it looks windy on the right to me. If I was her, I would head up slow, do a monster roll tack, or just hit them on starboard. Starboard. Oh, okay. That was okay, but I would have been leading them that way. That's all right. Top 3 is good. Top 3 is just like the first. Let the main out a little too much going into the tack. Remember, a tight main pushes the stern to leeward. There's first in C1, second. Here's Elle in third in C1, race 5. Just looking outstanding. Super balanced. Tiller extension pointed to leeward or straight. Her hand is very low on the tiller extension. I mean, she really should have the end of the main sheet in her hand. It's not windy enough to worry about that. Flag blown same directions over there. Kind of hard to see from here. A fleet, last race. Race 6 for the day. It's about 3, a little after 3. So you have to come in with the mindset of, I'm going to act like it's just the beginning of the day. Just get going. 8948 is just about to break it. Yep. Not good to be in the middle. Race over. Race over. You can't start in the middle in an I flag. Gotta push towards an end. A fleet has not gone very far, man. Look at that. Those guys are right there. It's been like 4 minutes and they're right there. And it's left. Do the flag show left it all over there? I don't know. Yeah, it does. See how the flag's blowing from left to right a little? You see it right up there? Yeah, right up there. Okay, here we go. B Fleet 9342 again. Look at her. She's just really doing well on the starting. Some of us have problems staying ahead on the second beats, like getting out of the gates well. Look at her. 9342 just wins this start. That's just a good start. She could have footed a tiny bit.
Oh yeah, Sophie!
I'm having a hard time reading the flag right now. I still think I see a lot of the flag, so I still think it's left. Anna maybe overlap for second here if she gets a little more wind. She's got the best lane. Somebody's going to go left, so she's going to come around right in here. Oh, look at Sophia, who won the start, had to do a big chicane there. And that helped clear a hand of 9342, so she's doing well here. Okay, 30 seconds to go. Parker is using the line sight over my head. The current is a little weaker than it was. You see, Parker is, I told him, we got to be right on the line, line up the bow with this blue boat right here. Oh, and then, yeah, see, there was Hudson. I did the same drill with him. See how he's lining the pin up with the bow of the blue boat? Yeah, perfect start. Going to a big heel to lure, though. Oh, they both did it. So you have 9-year-olds using line sights. That was their best start. 8, 9, 4, 6 is getting better. First C1 regatta, he's getting a lot better. He had his best race the last one, and I bet he has his better race this one. And the B Fleet. Okay, so that's the video for today. I'm all done. I'm going to end it on that one. See, he pinched out of the tack just a little. He shouldn't look at them. He should be looking at the sail. He did it. Across the fleet. So the hard part for him now is he's got the B Fleet rounding right in front of him. But anyway, great job. That was fun to watch.